Nova's merchant bank has completed its transformation into a fully functional commercial lending institution. The transition of Nova into commercial banking comes as the industry undergoes reforms such as recapitalization and a cocktail of fiscal changes. Joining me for an interview chat today is Wale OYEDEJI, who is the managing director and CEO at Nova Bank. Great to have you on the show tonight.
Good evening, Paul.
Thanks for coming.
Pleasure.
First time in the new year. Well, if it's in the new year, but again, a lot has happened since the new year. Talk to me about your industry keeps moving and banking industry. Talk to me about this transformation and this transition. What was the rationale for that, by the way?
Okay, thank you, Wilson. The bank has been around for 5 years. 5 years we operated as a merchant bank, and indeed, I must say, 5 years of success, consistent profitability.
You came in through the COVID period. That must be
2018, actually.
Yeah, 2018. Oh, just before.
2018, just before. It's been an interesting journey for us, and we felt that in a bid to serve our customers better and expand our reach into markets we could not cover with a merchant banking license, it was important to transit into a commercial banking license, which then offers us the opportunity to serve the retail market and the SME and the SMEs. As you know, the SMEs are the engine room for growth in the economy, and we felt that it was important that we transition the success we had in our wholesale banking franchise into the retail and SME space. So those are some of the reasons. Obviously, it's also important to diversify our funding base. And you know, the regulations around CRR and all of that made it important for us to go in the direction we've gone into. It's an interesting one. And I must commend certain stakeholders who helped us in this journey, our regulators, the Central Bank of Nigeria, our shareholders, the board of the bank, management staff, and most importantly, our customers who have been with us over the 5 years period. Without them, we would not be at this point.
Commercial banking landscapes, it's a very interesting one. So, especially for a new entrant, like Nova.
Yeah. It is.
How are you dealing with that?
It is interesting indeed, but one of the things we must take note of is customers' needs and aspirations are constantly evolving. There's a saying that innovate or die. So banks need to come up with tools, with products and services or ways of engaging the customers that anticipates their needs. I do believe that Nova Commercial Bank is positioned to offer that. We're offering the market a bespoke expression called Phygital, which is trademarked, by the way, wherein we offer our customers the best of two worlds, in-branch experience and access to top-notch digital banking services. We're coming into the market with an enriched human capital base, investment in technology. I dare say that today we're operating with a core banking software, which is at the highest levels in the Nigerian banking industry. So we are positioned to serve our customers in the way they want to be served and doing it better than it has been done.
Things are changing within the last 5 years. You've got a new leadership at the central bank. You have interest rates tightening since you started business as a merchant bank, now as a commercial bank. Inflation is also very stubborn to the upside. So how are you dealing with all of that from merchant banking now to a commercial banking position?
It's tough, but we need to recognize that inflation is a monster that destroys everything you do. You create wealth, inflation wipes it out. So I really do believe that the monetary authorities have no choice other than to elevate interest rates to contend with inflation issue. However, we also do know that the inflation is not just due to monetary conditions, there are also structural issues. So the interest rates are a bitter pill we have to live with. And I do believe that there's been some degree of success. Inflation is actually decelerating over the period, and I do believe that by the time we get to the end of the year or early next year, we begin to see the much needed improvement in that space. What happens to us? Interest rates on our loans go up. Customers have to bear that burden, and you also do know that higher interest rates can lead to challenges. But fortunately, we are very conservative in the underwriting of our risk. So we'll pick obligors who can cope with shocks such as this. On the other side of our balance sheet, obviously, savers who will now be further encouraged to save money rather than consume. So they're getting higher returns on their savings. But so we're navigating, and we know that it's a pain we have to undergo for things to get better. Also, the benefits as well from the elevated interest rates is the fact that you see an increase in the inflow of the much needed foreign exchange into the system, considering the fact that Nigeria really remains an import-dependent country.
Interesting how the regulator is squeezing the industry, as it were. Asymmetric corridor was changed yesterday. So you talk about your SDF and the SLF window, as it were. So how will that translate into your ability to lend more, make provision for loans that are affected by the tough economic environment? Again, you banks have been asked to piggyback 50, whatever will be final figure, 70% back to the government coffers in terms of FX profit for last year.
Okay. The core function of a bank is financial intermediation. You understand?
Pure and simple.
Pure and simple. So you get monies from the deficit, from the surplus segments, and you have to loan out those monies to those who want to invest in the economy. If we do not support the aspirations of our customers, then the country would not grow. However, the signaling is such that when you want to contain inflation, you also kind of like limit the loan growth, you understand, and that's why you see that the central bank also has adjusted the LGRs from the highs of 70 to 50%. What we will do at Nova is to be more careful, and we are careful in underwriting the loans that we do. We need to support our customers through the tough times, so that they remember us when things get better.
When the good times come around.
Sure.
So you got to be more creative with the credit portfolio right now.
Yeah.
Are there opportunities for commercial bank? Are there opportunities in commercial banking despite the tough economic environment?
There are opportunities. Don't forget, there are changes in financial technology solutions. There are changes in customer needs, you understand? And that financial institution that is able to meet the customer at their point of their needs is the bank that will win. You see that there's still the issue around financial inclusion. There's still a lot more to be done. With a population of 220 to 30 million people, depending on which source you rely on, you realize that there's still much more money out there that needs to be brought in. So there's a lot of opportunity, and in exploiting those opportunities, there are different routes we are going through. We will be collaborating with different partners to help get us a more decent share of the customer's wallets. So there are opportunities, and we are game for those opportunities. That's what we want.
Do you think the recapitalization over the next 2 years will change Nova Bank further? Whether you want to become a listed company on the exchange, you want to go public, you want to raise capital, you want to go Pan-African? Tell me.
Okay, good for us. We have a set of committed shareholders. In transitioning from a merchant bank to a commercial bank, late last year, which is when the process started, shareholders brought in additional equity via a rights issue. And as we go into the 2 years journey, based on the recapitalization calendar of the central bank, there's commitment from our shareholders, you understand, to bring in funds via a rights issue. And we are confident that those funds will come in, and we would further magnify our investments in the technology space, you understand, which is a main pillar in our digital model, which is how we're coming to the market, a combination of an asset-light play with a digital heavy play. And those capital that we're bringing in will be deployed into that. Essentially, what we want to do is to address the pain points of our customers and make banking easier for them to do. For us, we're going from, it's no longer where are you going? It's what are you doing? You can bank with us on the go. You understand? So a lot of investments are going into improving the customer experience. That's key for us. So we are confident the capital will come in, and we're confident about how we will utilize the capital to enhance our value in the market and all of that. Essentially, we want to be more relevant in the banking space in Nigeria. And we started the journey, and I do believe...
I know you want to be relevant in the entire economy. So give me 1, 2, 3. What sectors should I look for you?
Look for us, the new sectors, retail and SME, which are brand new spaces for us to operate in. We will be there. And with our existing corporate business, we will be there. We will play actively in the green finance space, you understand, and fund women initiative projects and things that, add value to our system. We're game for the Nigerian system. We're open for business.
I like the green and the women. That's music to my ears.
Thank you.
Those are the new buzzword and where money goes in the world right now.
Yeah.
Green and women investment. Thank you so much. I wish you folks all the best.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Good to see you folks
It's been a pleasure.
in that transformation. Quickly though, within 6 months, you folks were done and dusted.
Yeah.
It's quite a record. Have a great evening.
Thank you so much.
See you next time. I appreciate that. All the best. The CEO at Nova Bank Limited.